So iOS 16 has been out for many, many months now, almost a year, and I want to kind of break down exactly the experience that it's been on the iPhone XR and where it stands now as we're getting ready for iOS 17 and basically 16.5 and 16.6 beta being out. Now, what it looks like so far, in my opinion, is that iOS 16 has been a pretty solid experience. I think it's been a pretty good experience nonetheless. I've installed almost every single version of iOS 16 on this device. So if we go and if we just take a look at our screenshot panel, I mean, you can just see from however long ago, even from the first beta, 5.16 gigabytes back on June 6th. It's been almost a year, which is pretty crazy. It's crazy how fast this year has been going by, to be honest. And since then, every single beta, for the most part, every single official version I've installed, and now on 16.5 and on 16.6 on another iPhone that I own, basically, it's at a very good ending point. I feel like it's fairly stable for the most part. There are still some glitches that people are having though. Personally, from one thing I've seen people say, I haven't had this, personally happen to me, but it looks like for some reason there was a massive battery drain issue going on with 16.5. Now for me, I don't think I've been experiencing this on my iPhone XR. I do not have 100% battery health, so it's not going to be 100% up there. But it looks like there could be some issues within 16.5 in particular for some battery life issues. But it looks like Apple's going to be fixing that and or addressing it at some point. So I'm not really freaking out about that too much because Apple usually does a good job at fixing these things as they kind of come up, especially when a lot of people are complaining about it. Now, other than that, iOS 16, I'd never really ran into too many issues. I never really ran into too many, random boot loops or issues like that at all. There were random glitches that I would have, like randomly, sometimes the apps would just shut down on me. Sometimes the app would restart. Sometimes things like that would happen. But beyond that, everything else has been pretty much decent, which is very, very surprising. Now, if we take a look at Apple's release cycle for the next couple of months, basically what's going to happen is probably for the next, I would say for this entire month, I don't know if we're going to be getting any official iOS version. I think we're going to be getting the betas, like iOS 17 beta is going to be coming out here. We might get another beta toward the end. We might, if we're lucky, we might get iOS 16.5.1 coming out probably sometime this week, like not this week, but probably around the June 11th weekend or something like that. That's probably when we would probably end up getting the next version of iOS. But I don't think it's going to be as crazy as people expect. And I think it's going to be pretty tame iOS 16 updates for the next couple of months. And then officially iOS 17 is going to be coming out for our iPhone XRs around this time. I would probably say probably September 17th, that week is probably when there's going to be the next iOS update, and that's going to be insane too. I cannot wait for that iOS update to come out. But since then, there's going to be tons of betas, tons of updates, and the one thing I will definitely tell you, if I can say anything, stick with iOS 16. iOS 16 has been pretty good. Do not go ahead and install iOS 17. Do not do that. It's not going to be good. I would recommend installing iOS 17 probably November, December. That's usually when a lot of the issues are kind of fixed. And I would just recommend installing iOS 17 during those moments rather than installing it when it even officially comes out in September. So that is pretty much how iOS 16 has been on the iPhone XR and a little bit of iOS 17 as well. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.